to the boxing ring?
Well, after I fight February 24th, I would like to fight in June or July
Okay.
in boxing. Against who? I don't know. I don't know. Whoever they are considering the best at the time. But I want to have two boxing matches and then either have another PFL fight at the end of the year or at the beginning of the next year. So potentially I want to have 3 to 4 fights this year.
I know two things happened. One where I think, it maybe could be a big fight, the little run-in that you had with Chris Cyborg. But the other, obviously, Alicia Baumgardner is the one that really gets the fans going. I know there's a huge weight difference. I read that, you said, hey, come to my weight, I'm not coming down. What's the latest with that potentially happening, a fight between you and her?
Which one, Cyborg or Alicia?
Alicia.
I mean, well, let's just be honest, though. Alicia just got off of being caught doing PDs. I hate how everybody just sweeping that under the rug. Rather
So on that, then you don't believe what was presented on her end, then?
It's not that I don't believe that was presented on her end, but we as athletes all have to prove our innocence, and proving your innocence by taking a hair sample or whatever 3 months later is not proving that you weren't on PEDs when you fought. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't believe that she's a cheater. But from what the WBC said, they claimed her not guilty because it wasn't put in her body intentionally. So it was an accident. She was unaware.
But they suspended her.
And it's like, okay, but it was still in her system, though.
They suspended her, too.
That's all I'm saying. And just move past that. I have no problem with beating Alicia Baumgardner ass. I have no problem doing that. It would have to be at 154. I'm not going to 147. Why? Because I don't have to. That's why. She the one called me out. I didn't call her little ass out. So she want to call out the big dog. Well, come and bite the big dog about a weight class that I fought at, which has been undisputed at 54, undisputed twice at 60, and unified at 168. She can pick either 3 of those weight classes and she can get wrecked. That's no problem. And then same thing for Chris Cyborg. Old ass. Same thing for her. Same thing for her. She thinks that I'm about to come down to 147 and fight against her, and the answer to her is the same thing. Y'all don't tell me what to do. Y'all don't tell the champ what weight she needs to come to. Y'all want to fight me at 154. Chris Cyborg says she can knock me out at 147. Okay, well, you should be a little bit stronger at 154. So come knock me out at 154. What's the holdup? I don't think it's a holdup. I think that those fights could be made. Crazy thing is, I was around camp with Alicia and she was fighting at 130. Alicia was walking around at 134. Now, since this whole PD scandal, now she's walking around at 148 all of a sudden. It was a month out before her fight. She was 134. 4 pounds to go till she got to 130. Now, she's 148. So if you're walking around at 148, why are you scared to come beat me up at 154? It should be easy. It's way easier to gain weight than it is a person to lose weight. And then Chris is saying that I need to go on a diet and do a 10-week camp and lose weight for this and lose weight for 147. At the end of the day, I haven't fought at 140 anything since I was 16 years old. 16. I'm turning 29 next month. I'm not going to no 147 for if it's not even any belts on the line. What is it, bragging rights? It's like, I can beat Alicia Baumgardner and Chris Cyborg same damn night. It doesn't matter. But we're going to do it at 154. Or both of those girls can shut the hell up and watch me be great, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep on being great. people gonna show up to the fight to see me fight. They don't really care about who I fight. It doesn't matter. They know that I'm gonna come and bring the action. It's gonna be it's gonna be an action-packed fight. Somebody's gonna get hurt. That's what you know whenever you see me fight. You know, I really can't wrap my mind around where all these girls all of a sudden, well, I can't say all these girls, but Chris and Baumgardner, all of a sudden, I'm afraid of them. Like, no, I am one of the scariest women in boxing. Knockouts or not, these girls know that when they get in there with me, it's gonna be a long night. I'm gonna kick their ass. I'm gonna embarrass them. I'll make them think like, damn, how did I think I was that good? And then she came in there and made me look like an amateur. It happens every time. Every time. But hey, these girls wanna fight me. Hey, 154, baby. And y'all can all get y'all ass whooped. Every last one of you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This February 24th date, third MMA
All right.
fight.
So, let me say, I have to agree. You're calling somebody out and you're not willing to go to their weight class, then you need to stop calling them out because you're just clout chasing at that point. Now, if Alicia Baumgardner is walking around at 148 and she basically is saying, and she's 30 now, and usually a lot of people, if not most, you start to gain weight around 30 years of age. So it could be one of those things where her body's growing. Okay, Chris Cyborg, I remember when she was trying to fight Ronda Rousey, and Rousey was trying to get her to come down to 135, and she was saying, no, 145 over in the UFC. And she was saying she walks around 185 pounds. So Chris Cyborg should have no problem. There's no way she should have a problem fighting at 154. And Chris Cyborg is at least 37, 38, or 39, or something like that. Well, it might be older, I don't know. But I know she's up there for boxing, for doing combat sports, period. And my thing is this, y'all. When your career is not where you want it to be, and you start calling people names, and you're not willing to make the sacrifice, that's not respectable. And let me tell y'all something. Claressa Shields don't have no damn franchise championship. Okay? The women go up and down because those divisions are not stacked. Hell, most of the male divisions aren't really stacked. But it's like, it's different when you have challengers there. It does nothing for her to go down to 147. It does nothing for them. Like she said, what is it for bragging rights? And nobody tells Canelo what weight he should fight at. He's been ducking Benavidez and Morrell for how long? And using the damn Mexican heritage as an excuse. But yet he gets a pass. He goes up and down, avoid one guy just to go up and fight a lesser opponent in a different weight class. And it's okay. So here you have someone that's not even in your weight class. And for Cyborg, she's done nothing in boxing to earn a shot with Shields. Nobody is talking about Cyborg. If you're talking about Chris Cyborg right now, you're talking about her with her name attached to Shields. And if you are talking about Chris Cyborg and Shields has nothing to do with it, you're talking about, oh, remember when she was doing MMA and because most people don't even know that Chris Cyborg still fight. And yeah, she's been boxing now. And I heard her telling her, well, you have experience and all whatever. And okay, so if you're saying you don't want to fight at 154 because she has experience, then what are you trying to say? Well, hopefully you'll drain yourself going to 147. And she has a point. She's right. Since when the hell do the B side get to say, okay, well, you got to come fight at this weight class if we're going to do it? She's not calling them out. They're pretending they want to fight her. You can't possibly, guys, just imagine right now, if a freaking light heavyweight decided to call out, Anthony Joshua, who walks around, 250 something, and they're going to tell him, well, you're going to have to meet me at 195 pounds. and then he doesn't want to do it, and they're like, oh, he's ducking. No. If you are fighting at light heavyweight, and you're calling out a heavyweight, do what Holyfield did. Do what Usyk did. Do what Michael Moore did. Do what Roy Jones did. Do what Chris Berg did. Go to heavyweight. Otherwise, stop talking. Do what James Toney did. Because they all went to heavyweight. Not calling somebody's name and then trying, oh, okay, well, catch weight. Now, when somebody call you out and you can make a catch weight and you just want to do it, okay, well, hey. But if the person don't want to do it in under these circumstances, you can't consider this no damn duck. This is nothing but clout chasing to me. And Chris Cyborg, as long as she's been doing combat sports, and I always pull for Chris Cyborg whenever I would see her fighting anyone. But when you've been fighting as long as she has, and people forget that you're fighting, and you're still fighting, but people don't even know that. You know what is it that you're trying to accomplish now? You want to prove that you can beat Claressa Shields at a weight class like that she said she hasn't fought at since she was 16 years old? And you walk around 185 pounds. This is out of her own mouth. Remember the video where Chris Cyborg was crying when they was making her get in the ice bath and all that stuff? Yeah. So if you walk around 185 pounds, and actually they said like 187 or something like that, but you walk around 187, 85 pounds, whatever, and you're fighting at 145, you can surely fight at 154. Surely. So that was her gripe against Ronda Rousey, and that was years ago. So you know her body has even grown to like now to where as you get older, like I said, your body fills out more. And this is not, so first off, Chris Cyborg, you know, look, Ngannou, McGregor. You understand what I mean? You had Tony and Couture, even though that was in the cage. But bottom line, she's just trying to add her name to that list and trying to get a big payday. She knows damn well she getting there with Shield. She's going to get beat the fuck up. Now, all of a sudden, you want to fight at 147. Baumgardner saying 147. Baumgardner saying she wants to fight Serrano, but not in 12 rounds. You're going to have to pay me. Are you paying me for those 12 rounds? What you mean? What do you mean? You're not in there fighting yourself for 12 rounds. You Serrano has to go 12 rounds as well. I detect some uncertainty there because Serrano has done it already. And if there's any weakness in Baumgardner's game that's extremely noticeable, is the fact that she's known to gas out. And Serrano can punch all night long. So it doesn't matter that she's not a big banger, Serrano. The fact is she's constantly just coming, throwing punches. She don't let you think. So when you are saying you want to fight these women, but out of all the women that you are calling out, you want to constantly talk about the one who you're not willing to go up to her weight class. So now with Serrano, all of a sudden, she'll take the fight, but in 10 rounds, not 12. Okay, you see the difference with their attitude? Shields is all for 12 rounds. She's all for 12 rounds. You understand what I'm saying? She's been 12 rounds already. And she's at 160. You haven't been 12 rounds. And you're trying to get somebody to go up to 147. So if you was to fight Shields, it would be 12 rounds too. Well, no belts on the line at 147. Okay, so what's the purpose of the fight? You see, there's a such thing as I'm going to make some noise and call somebody's name, and I'm going to give them an ultimatum that I know they're not going to take. Then I'm just going to say that they ducked, but bottom line, people are going to be talking about it. I don't see the point, yo. But I wanted y'all to hear what came out of Claressa's mouth because I can paraphrase, but it's things that I may forget that she said and, you know, things of that nature. So you all heard it there. Listen, the way I see it, when people are trying to get their name out there, they are going to use whatever dirty tactic they can the technology of the mind because your fan base is going to support what you say, even though there's no proof in what you're saying or what you're saying doesn't even make sense. And too, you got to remember, they said she was suspended. We don't know how soon she planned on returning back to the ring anyway. So that's what they said. Did anybody see paperwork? Did anybody, you understand? Just words. So it makes very little sense. And I agree with what she's saying because I said the same thing. I actually said, how is it that she took something unwillingly? Like she didn't know it was in her system, but it was there. Okay. So you're going to suspend her even though she's innocent. Make that make sense, y'all. That's like, imagine you're somewhere at a party. You're drinking water. Somebody slipped something, a pill or something that dissolves in your water, and it has you all disoriented. And all of a sudden you're driving, and before you know it, next time your eyes open, the police are there, the ambulance is there. Now, basically, how are they going to charge you for something that you didn't willingly do? You understand? Now, let's make it a little more sensible with, let's say there was a camera in the place and they can show. They couldn't identify the person who did it. They didn't see the face. The person had a hoodie or something. But bottom line, they have proof that you didn't willingly take that. You didn't know it was in your drink. So how in the hell are they going to put you in jail? Now, the fact that that happened and they can't find that person, whatever damages you caused or whatever, even though you was, you'd probably more likely have to pay that, Now, if they found the person, then that person should be held accountable. Now, if they don't find that person, they're going to go for you, your insurance company or whatever, saying whatever the outcome. But you understand what I'm saying? If they found the person, then no, how they going to punish you? You didn't know what was going on. You driving, the next thing you know, whatever they put in your drink, boom. It was enough, you blacked out. Okay. So to make a determination that Alicia Baumgardner didn't willingly take anything, but you suspended her, that part makes no sense. And it just makes everything look really messy. Like, what are you trying to cover up? So even though she's saying she believes Alicia is not a cheat, right? But the WBC is trying to cover for her. They're making excuses, you see. So, I mean, it is what it is. But bottom line is, with all of that, she's not even letting that bother her. She's just making it known, not only that about you proving your innocence, but like, what have you done that you actually, a fight with Baumgardner and Shields is like, that has to happen, right? When she's saying those fights can be made, right? But you come up here to me. So she's willing to go to 154. Baumgardner's not willing to go to 154. Cyborg isn't willing to go to 154. So this is my point. You don't you don't give an ultimatum to somebody like, well, it has to be 147 or no fight. You guys are the ones calling her out. Fact of the matter is, she don't need Cyborg for damn sure, and she don't need Baumgardner. Now, if Baumgardner goes to 154, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if the fight actually happens. Shields is going to beat the fuck out of her. She's going to try to put up a fight for a little bit, and believe me, Shields is going to beat her. Shields is going to fuck her up. And you know what she's going to say is, she was too small for 154. Does it matter? No. The ignorant ones will repeat, oh man, yeah, she should have fought at 147. Hey, stop it, y'all. Stop it. You go from 130 pounds to 147. That's 17 pounds. Okay? You go from 147 to 154. Well, if you're walking around at 148, right? You're right there. I mean, hell, Terry Norris fought at 154 his whole career. And dude, most of the time, he'd be like 151, 152. The majority of the times, he wasn't even 154. So, just saying. What you walk around, your walk around weight, you're right there. You're right there. So, bottom line, y'all, is like, I just wanted y'all to hear what she had to say. But bottom line about this whole thing is this, y'all. When you start calling people names and you start trying to make yourself seem like you really want to do something, Your fan base gassing you up doesn't change what the reality is. The reality is, if you want the fight, you're the one calling out that fighter, you should be willing to go to the weight class. I can't put it any more simple and plain as that. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.